Hello, my dear children and parents. Welcome to class 8th of Indus Valley Public School, Rat, where we will be doing lesson number 5 from Honeydew, and the name of the lesson is The Summit Within, written by HPS Ahluwalia. Here, this lesson, we will be learning about two types of summit, that is internal as well as external summit. Summit means the highest point, the peak. Here internal summit is related to your internal, that is within yourself, the highest peak that nobody will be able to achieve. It's only you who are going to achieve that internal summit. And the external summit is related to the outside peak that everybody can see and everybody tries to achieve that. So we will be learning how internal summit and external summit both are different and how both are important in one's life. Okay, so here the objective of this lesson is to develop the ability to understand the difficult situation in their life, to help them to cope with the problems of life, to enable the student to share their personal experiences. Okay, so now we will be learning about the author. So author HPS Ahluwalia, he is Major Haripal Singh Ahluwalia. He was born on 6th November 1936, a reputed Indian mountaineer and famous as an Everester. He climbed the Mount Everest on 29th May 1965. He has been awarded with Padma Shri, Arjuna Award and the National Award for the best work done in the field of disability, the Order of the Khalsa, Nisan-e-Khalsa. He won the Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award for Lifetime Achievement on August 29, 2009. He also written several books like Higher Than Everest, Beyond the Himalayas and Everest is Within You. Okay. Now, here this lesson, the introduction of the lesson is Major HPS Ahluwalia was a member of the first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest in 1965. It teaches us the climbing the summit, the more difficult task of climbing the summit within. So climbing the summit here it means external, and the second point, the more difficult task of climbing the summit within, that is the internal summit. So here I'll give you a brief description about the Mount Everest. So it was the first identified by a British survey team led by Sir George Everest in 1841. In 1865 it was named Mount Everest after Sir George Everest. Everest is 29,035 feet or 8,848 meters high. Everest is called Chomolungma in Tibet. It means Mother Goddess of the Universe. Everest is called Sagarmatha in Nepal. It means Goddess of the Sky. The first woman to summit Everest was Zunko Teibi of Japan in 1975. This is a small description about the Mount Everest. Now children, here are some key points of the lesson that we will be coming across. The author HPS Ahluwalia has narrated his experience of climbing the summit of Everest. As the author stood on the summit, many emotions surged through him. All of the emotions, the dominant one was humility. What do you mean by humility? Humility means meekness, a politeness, or you can say. Okay. Then climbing the summit of Everest provides a deep sense of joy which lasts a lifetime and change the climber. According to author, there is another summit, the summit of mind, that is more difficult to climb. After getting down from the summit, the author questioned himself as to why people climb mountain. So these are the key points on which your chapter will be revolving. Now, question: why people climb the mountain. Man takes delight in overcoming obstacles. It presents great difficulties. Mountains are a mean of communication with God. There are three qualities that played a major role in climbing mountain. Endurance. Endurance means the capacity to bear. Persistence. Persistence means your determination, your resolution, your perseverance, your determination. Okay. And willpower, that is your thinking power. Okay. So these three things are required while climbing a mountain. Now coming to the next, adventure and risky but pleasurable. Why adventure and risky? Because we are climbing the mountains, so many adventures will be coming. Risk is also there, but altogether it is a fun to climb the mountain. So it is a brutal struggle with rocks and ice. Brutal means cruel. It gives the sense of battle fought and won. It provides physical, emotional and spiritual experience. This was here a team. They have climbed the mountain with HPS Ahluwalia. Vinod Rawat was there, Eamon Hillary was there, Anfu Dorzi were there, and they left the picture of Guru Nanak, then cross, Buddha and Lord Goddess Durga. So these were the symbol of reverences left by the members of the team, where they were thanking their own God as they have reached the external summit or the highest point of the world. Okay. So, and at the end we will be coming across some conclusion that there is another summit, that is in yourself, mind. The physical act of climbing to the summit of mountain outside is akin to the act of climbing mountain within. Okay, akin means similar. It teaches us much about the world, about ourselves. It provides us the inspiration to face life's ordeals. Ordeals means with a painful experience with determination. Okay, children. So this is a small brief description that we are going to study in the lesson. Now I'll start with the lesson. So the summit within your lesson number 5. So before we go through the lesson, here it's something about HPS Ahluwalia. Major HPS Ahluwalia was a member of the first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest in 1965. How did he feel when he stood on the highest point in the world? Let us hear his story in his own words. Climbing the summit and then the more difficult task of climbing the summit within. So here HPS Ahluwalia is writing his own experience when he's climbed the Mount Everest, and now he is telling that internal summit or the summit within. Summit within means the summit, the highest point, the highest peak that a person is having within himself. That is much more difficult to climb the external summit that everybody can see it. Everybody tries to get on that particular external summit. But the internal summit, it is you who are going to capture it, who are going to deal. Nobody else is going to deal with the internal summit. Okay, children. So moving with the chapter. Come now. Of all the emotions which surged through me as I stood on the summit of Everest, looking over miles of panorama below us, the dominant one I think was humility. So now here I is HPS Ahluwalia, who is sharing his experience, and he is telling that when he reached the Mount Everest, when he reached the top of the mount, so he is saying that when he was there on the top and he was looking below, means when he was on the top of the mountain, from there he was looking down, and what he felt that a view and he said that the dominant one, I was think humility. So here humility means very polite, means everything was very meekness to him. Okay, he was very down to earth, everything he was looking down from that point. The physical in me seemed to say, thank you God, it's all over. So now his physical here means his body. After climbing that mountain, his body, he's saying that everything is over and now I should thank God. However, instead of being jubilant, so jubilant means very happy because of success, there was a thing of sadness. So even though he was very happy, but somewhere in his heart some sadness was there. Let's see why. Was it because I had already done the ultimate in the climbing and there would be nothing higher to climb and all roads hereafter would lead down? So now he is putting up a question for his sadness, that was it the reason because I have already reached the top position or I have reached the highest point. Now from there I will not be able to go any other highest point, and from that point every road is moving downward. Was it the reason for my sadness? He is putting question to himself. By climbing the summit of Everest, you are overwhelmed by a deep sense of joy and thankfulness. Overwhelmed means be overcome or overpowered. Okay. So here author is saying that by climbing the summit, he was having a deep sense of happiness, a power you can say, and he want to thank God. It is a joy which lasts a lifetime. So he is saying it is a happiness that is going to last. The experience changed you completely. The man who has been to the mountain is never the same again. So here it is said that after reaching a point, after reaching a success point, or the thing which you are expecting and you have got that thing, then you are changed person. जो चीज़ आप चाहते हो वो आपको मिल जाए तो आप थोड़े से बदल जाते हो, चेंज हो जाते हो, and you do not want that you should come back to your original thing. अगर आपने एक पड़ाव पार कर लिया अपनी लाइफ का, if you have crossed one destination or one obstacle of your life, of your ladder, then you do not want to come back to that ladder. मतलब जो आप पड़ाव पार कर चुके हैं उसके बाद उसको दोबारा उस जगह पे आना नहीं चाहेंगे, आप उससे हमेशा आगे बढ़ना चाहेंगे. And there will be always a change within yourself. Suppose in your test, if you achieved 18 out of 20, now you will never feel that your mark should go beyond less than 18. It should be more than 18 and you will try to achieve more than that. The same thing is explained in this paragraph. Okay. Next, as I look back at life after climbing Mount Everest, I cannot help remarking about the other summit, the summit of mind, no less formidable and no easier to climb. So formidable means difficult to overcome. So now here HPS Ahluwalia is saying that once I was there on the top, then I was unable to recall one more summit, that was the summit of my mind. And it is not easy or it is very difficult to overcome because it is your mind which makes us to do something, which makes us to perform any kind of action. Okay. Even when getting down from the summit once, the physical exhaustion had gone, I began asking myself the question, why I had climbed Everest. So now he is saying once I was there and I was coming down, so whatever the tiredness is there, whatever the fatigue was there in me, everything was gone. And then I was asking a question to myself, why I have chosen to climb Everest. Why did the act of reaching the summit have such a hold on my imagination? Means why I was bound to climb this thing, why every time I was thinking to climb this mountain. It was already a thing in the past, a thing of the past, something done yesterday. With every passing day it would become more remote. And when And then what would remain? Would my memories fade slowly away? So now he is asking कि जैसे जैसे मेरा दिन बीतता जा रहा है, क्या ये सिर्फ मेरी मेमोरीज रह जाएंगी और कुछ नहीं? क्या मेरी मेमोरीज भी फेड हो जाएंगी? सो ही इज सेइंग दैट ऑल दिस थिंग विल गॉन ऑफ. क्या ये जॉय यही ख़त्म हो जाएगा? नो. सी, ऑल दिस थॉट्स लेट मी टू क्वेश्चन माई सेल्फ एज to why people climb mountain. Now again one more question he is having, that why people climb the mountain, why I have chosen, and then why people used to climb. So it is not easy to answer the question. So he is saying now this why ka answer is not easy to get it. Okay, why? The simplest answer would be as other have said, because it is there. So he is saying simple answer, क्योंकि पहाड़ है तो चढ़ा गया, अगर नहीं होता तो कोई नहीं चढ़ता. So it is very simple that because it is there, अगर है तो चढ़ रहे हैं, अगर नहीं होता तो नहीं. It presents great difficulties. Man take delight in overcoming obstacles. So he is telling that climbing the Mount Everest was very difficult task, and in order to overcome the obstacles, जो भी रुकावटें आती हैं, whatever any this thing is there, no difficulties is coming on the way, and to overcome that difficulties is a fun. It is a pleasure to do. The obstacles in climbing a mountains are physical. So he is saying that whenever we are going to climb the Mount Everest, so whatever the obstacles are coming, whatever the difficulties are coming, they are only physical. They are not from the internal. क्योंकि हाँ वो बाहरी दिखती है ना, हमें कहीं भी जो भी रुकावटें हैं, that is all physical. A climb to a summit means endurance, persistence and willpower. I've already explained endurance. Endurance means your the capacity to bear. Then your persistence, that means your determination, and willpower, your thinking power. The demonstration of these physical qualities is no doubt exhilarating as it was for me now. So he is saying that the presentation or the display of these physical qualities are really very exciting. Means endurance, persistence and willpower is very exciting. I have a more personal answer to the question. So now he is saying one more answer I am having, that is very personal. From my child. Now he is saying why he has climbed. So he is sharing his own personal thought. From my childhood, I have been attracted by mountains. So now Ahluwalia is saying when he was a child, so he was very much attracted towards the mountain. I had been miserable, lost when away from mountains in the plains. Mountains are nature's at its best. Their beauty and majesty pose a great challenge, and like many, I believe that mountains are a mean of communion with God. So now he is saying that mountains are, I used to be very much sad, and I used to be lost when I am away from the mountain. I am really very much attached towards mountain, and if I move away from them, I really became sad, and I do not want to go away from the mountain. I have literally a likeness, a love for the mountain, and for me it is the nature's best creation, and its beauty, its majesty, appearance, goddess appearance is really a challenge. And I also believe, as many people used to believe, the mountains are the means to communion God. Communion means a close relationship. That means they are very high, and we believe that sky and God are present in that sky. So they are having a close relationship. So I also believe in the same way. Here I is HPS Ahluwalia. Once having granted this, the question remains, why Everest? All this thing query has been solved. Now again, there are too many mountains in the world. Why people, even I have chosen Mount Everest, is remain the same. Because it is the highest, the mightiest, and defied many previous attempts. So mightiest means most powerful, it is the highest, and defied means made unsuccessful. So previous attempts, So why Mount Everest? Because everyone is choosing Mount Everest to climb, but many of them went there and they were unsuccessful. So जब एक चीज़ पॉसिबल नहीं होती तो दूसरा सोचता नहीं मुझे तो करना है, लेट मी ट्राई ऑल्सो, कैसे पॉसिबल नहीं है. सो this might be a one reason. So it is the highest one. Then second, mightiest, that means you can say the powerful, the most powerful, and many people have already tried and they did not get the success, so might be a reason to climb Mount Everest. It takes the last ounce of one's energy, so means it requires a lot of energy to climb that mountain. It is a brutal struggle with rock and ice. So brutal means cruel, we can say very काफ़ी ज़्यादा तो तेज स्ट्रगल होता है ना, कठिन वाला स्ट्रगल, दैट वे. ओके, so why rock and ice? Because on the way you will be finding ice as well as the rocks while climbing the Mount Everest. Once taken up, it cannot be given up halfway, even when one's life is at stake. So it is said that once you have started to climb, you cannot come down, you cannot be back, even your life is at stake. आपकी life एक stake में मतलब in danger हो, even your life is in danger, you cannot come back. The passage back is as difficult as the passage onwards. So now, if you are in the midway, then coming back is also that much difficult. Even climbing up is also difficult. And then, when the summit is climbed, there is the exhilaration, the joy of having done something, the sense of a battle fought and won. There is a feeling of victory and of happiness. So now it is said that once you climbed the summit, so there is exhilaration, that means very excitement, and the joy that you have achieved something, and you will be feeling that you have won a battle. Okay, there is a feeling of victory and happiness. Glimpsing a peak in the distance, I get transported to another world. I experience a change within myself, which can only be called mystical. So now here saying that glimpsing a peak in the distance, I got transported. Glimpsing means you can say viewing, a small view. Okay, peak in a distance, I get transferred to another. So once I reached there, I found myself into a different world, and I experienced a change within myself, and which can only be mystical, that means spiritual or strange. The change that I had observed, it was mystical, that means spiritual. By its beauty, aloofness, might, ruggedness, and the difficulties encountered on the way, the peak draws me to it as Everest did. It is a challenge that is difficult to resist. So now it is said that when its beauty, whose beauty? Mountain beauty. Aloofness means hota hai isolation. Ruggedness means roughness, and the difficulties. So उसकी beauty को, उसकी loneliness, your roughness and everything, whatever the difficulties were coming across, I have tackled all that thing. I have overcome with all that thing, and I reached the peak, and it was a challenge that is very difficult to resist. Okay? I have achieved all that thing. Looking back, I find that I have not yet fully explained why I climbed Everest. It is like answering a question: why you breathe? Why do you help your neighbor? Why do you want to do good acts? There is no final answer possible. So now again he is saying that when I again come back to my question, why I have climbed Mount Everest, then the answer is something same, a normal one. Why do you breathe? क्यों ब्रीथ करते हैं, सांस क्यों लेते हैं जिंदा रहने के लिए, नॉर्मल सा आंसर. वाई डू यू वांट टू हेल्प द नेबर, जस्ट यू वांट टू सर्वाइव दैट वे. सो वाई डू यू वांट टू डू गुड, जैसा उसका नॉर्मल सा आंसर है वैसे ही मेरे चढ़ने का भी नॉर्मल सा आंसर निकल रहा था. बट स्टिल देयर वाज नो final answer what made me to climb, or what made others to climb the Mount Everest. And then there is the fact that Everest is not just a physical climb. So now he is saying that Climbing a Mount Everest is not only a physical task. अगर आपके अंदर की आत्मा, if your internal soul will not make you comfortable in climbing that, it will not say you, yes, you can do it, you have to do it, then you will not be able to do. Until and unless your inner summit is encouraging you, provoking you to do something. Okay? So here the same thing is told. As then there is the fact that Everest is not just a physical climb. Physical में सिर्फ आप पहाड़ी चढ़ रहे हो, बस उतना ही नहीं, आपको अंदर से भी मनोबल चाहिए. The man who has been to the mountain top becomes conscious in a spatial manner of his own smallness in this large universe. तो वो जब ऊपर पहुंच जाता है सबसे ऊपर, then what he think कि he is a small creature in this whole world. आप जब ऊपर पहुंच जाओगे हर एक चीज़ छोटी नज़र आने लगेगी. Similarly, he is saying that when I reach there on the top of the mountain, then I am feeling like I'm observing myself as a small creature in this whole universe. The physical conquest of a mountain is only a part of its achievement. So now he is saying that I was fighting with my physical appearance, it is only a part in order to climb the mountain. There is more to it than that. It is followed by a sense of fulfillment. There is the satisfaction of deep urge to rise above one's surrounding. It is the eternal love for adventure in man. The experience is not merely physical, it is emotional, it is spiritual. So now it is said that whatever thing we are doing, whatever thing we are requiring for climbing a mountain, here there is the satisfaction of deep urge to rise above one's surrounding. Okay, it is the eternal love for adventure in man. Until and unless a man is not loving to, or until and unless a man is not having love for doing any kind of adventure activities, he cannot perform. So first of all, you should be having likeness to perform any kind of adventure activity. Then the experience is not merely physical. So even the experience, you cannot say that experience is not only required. What all other things are required? Your emotions. Emotion, why? If you have a love for that particular thing, then you will do by any way, by any hook or crook way you are going to do. And it is spiritual. And your faith in your God. Okay. Consider a typical climb towards the summit on the last height. You are sharing a rope with another climber. So now, if you are climbing with a team, then you are going to share your rope with others. You firm in. Then what is there? He cuts the steps in the hard ice. Then he belay and you inch your way. So now what happened? It is saying that when you will climb the mountain and in the ice, so whenever you are putting your feet in that, so a mark is there. So you are making a step in the hard ice. So that step will be helpful for another person. And then he belay and you inch your way. So belay you means to fix up the rope. Okay, that way. The climb is grim. So what do grim means? Very hard. Now climbing is becoming very hard. You strain every nerve as you take every step. So here you are having strain every means make utmost effort. You are putting up every efforts in order to climb the mountains. Famous climbers have left records of the help given by others. So here the people who are climbing with you, they are going to support you, and all the climbers are supporting each other in order to climb the mountain, and they will leave the records of their climbing. They have also recorded how they needed just that help, else they might have given up. Breathing is difficult, so while climbing breathing is also difficult. So means if there is no one to support, no one to encourage, then it becomes very difficult for the climbers to climb. So one climber gives support to the other climber. You curse yourself for having let yourself in for this. Sometimes you may start cursing yourself, scolding yourself, why I have chosen to climb, I should not climb, or something like that. You wonder why you ever undertook the ascent. Ascent means climb. So you will be thinking, why I have chosen to climb, it's better not to climb. There are moments when you feel like going back. It would be sheer relief to go down. The sheer means simple. So now sometime in between you will be thinking it's better to come down. It's very simple to come down. Okay. But almost at once you snap out of that mood, and suddenly you will be out of that mood. Why I am thinking all these things? There is something in you that does not let you give up the struggle, and you go on. So too many negative thoughts were coming into your minds while climbing the mountain, but all of a sudden all that negative thoughts, all that things gone off. Why? Because something there is in your mind that is coming across, and it do not allow you to give up the struggle, and you go on, and then you start climbing the mountain. Your companion keeps up with you, and they will encourage you. Who will encourage? Your companion will encourage. Just another 50 feet. They will, bus 50 feet or another 100 feet are left. Let us climb. Okay, this way they are boosting the morale of one another. You ask yourself, is there no need? You look at your companion and he looks at you. You draw inspiration from each other, and then without first being aware of it, you are at the summit. So your companion, your co-partners, everybody is encouraging one another, and within some time you are on the summit, you are on the peak, you are on the highest point. Looking around from the summit, you tell yourself that it was worthwhile. So everywhere you are looking it, and then you will say to yourself, it is something valuable, it is something very good to climb, that it is something desirable to climb. Other silvery peaks appear through the clouds. So why it is silvery? Because when when the sunlight is reflecting on the ice, on the peak of the mountain, then it looks like silvery. It gives a description of that way. If you are lucky, the sun may be on them. The surrounding peak look like a jewel necklace around the neck of your summit. So when you are on the top and when you look down, it feels like that whole peaks that is surrounding, and sunlight is on that peaks, icy peaks, and it is glittering, and it looks like a necklace. Below you see vast valley sloping into the distance. It is an ennobling, enriching experience to just look down from the summit of a mountain. You bow down and make your obeisance to whichever god you worship. So here ennobling means you are evaluating the excellence, means अपनी चीज़ों की तारीफ़ करना. That means जो भी आपने चीज़ें की हैं उसको बहुत ज़्यादा श्रेष्ठ बताने के लिए. ठीक है. So here once you are there, you are make your obeisance to show your obedience and submission to your God. Okay, means submission or show respect to your God whom you are worshipping. So once you will be there, you will be thanking to your God whom you are worshipping. So I left on Everest a picture of Guru Nanak. So now he is saying that we four, when we went there, we have left our pictures. Okay, what were there? So I left the picture of Guru Nanak, Rawat left the picture of Goddess Durga, Fudhoji left a relic of Buddha, and Emmet Hillary had buried a cross under the cane, a heap of rock and stone in the snow. These are not symbol of conquest but reverence. So here he is saying that It is not the symbol of conquest कि हम लोग वहाँ चढ़ गए, हम लोग जीत गए, then only we are going to put all these symbols. No, these are not the symbols of our conquest, but these are the symbols of our respect. Okay, so we have put all these symbols towards God in order to show our respect, in order to show our thankfulness to the God. The experience of having climbed to the summit change you completely. So once you are on the top, then your full life is changed because you have struggled a lot to climb that particular point. There is another summit. Now it is coming towards the another summit. It is within yourself. So this summit is within yourself and you are only going to work for that summit. Nobody else will be working for that summit. External summit, everybody is trying to go. Okay, but for the internal summit, it's you who are going to work on it. It is in your own mind. Whose mind? Your mind, because it is inside you. Each man carries within himself his own mountain peak. He must climb it to reach to a fuller knowledge of himself. So everyone should reach his own highest peak. He should know, he should have full knowledge of herself, or sorry, he should have full knowledge of himself so that he can work on it. अगर आप खुद को ही नहीं जानोगे, खुद की अच्छाइयाँ, खुद के प्लस पॉइंट्स नहीं जानोगे, then when you are not going to work on it. You should know your negatives, you should know your positives, then only you are going to work on it. And it's you only who are going to work, nobody else is going to work on it. So you have to identify your own internal summit, your own internal highest point. He must climb it to reach to a fuller knowledge of himself. It is fearful and unscalable. So to know, sometimes to know ourselves, it is fearful, but you cannot measure also. It cannot be climbed by anyone else. You yourself have to do it. The physical act of climbing to the summit of a mountain outside is alike to the act of climbing the mountain within. So जैसे आप बाहर की चढ़ाई करते हो उसी तरह सिमिलर होता है इनसाइड अपने इंटरनल चढ़ाई करने की. The effect of both the climbs are the same. Whether the mountain you climb is physical or emotional and spiritual, the climb will certainly change you. It teaches you much about the world and about yourself. So whenever you are going to climb the external summit, then it is going to tell you about the world, about the difficulties that you are going to face in that, and about yourself. Why yourself? Because to climb that external summit, you are getting the internal inspiration. If you are not having that inspiration to climb, then you are not going to climb. अगर आप डर जाओगे, आप अंदर से ही तो डरोगे, खुद से ही तो डरोगे, then you are not able to do. And if you are confident from yourself, from your inner soul, from your inner summit, then only you are going to climb, no? So it will change you and as well as the world. So you are going to know the world as well as yourself. आप कितने powerful, आप कितने determined हो, that is only known by this thing, by climbing the external summit. I venture to think that my experience as an Everester has provided me with the inspiration to face life's ordeals. So what do you mean by ordeals? Painful experience. Resultly, with determination. Climbing the mountain was a worthwhile experience. Okay, worthwhile means valuable experience. The conquest of the internal summit is equally worthwhile, and to deal with the internal summit, it is the same as to deal with the external one. The internal summit are perhaps higher than Everest. So now at last, the author H.P.S. Ahluwalia told that in order to reach internal summit, in order to achieve the internal summit, it is much higher than the Everest. That means अगर आप खुद की अपनी ऊंचाइयाँ छू लें, अपने खुद को आप पहचान लें, and you develop yourself, it is much more than the Everest. Okay children, so this is there in the lesson where we have seen the difference between the external summit and the internal summit. What are the differences, what are the things that are required, and high and low points while climbing the mountain and everything. So please go through the lesson once again. Go through the videos. If any doubt, please do ask me. Please do attend the doubt session and clear your doubts in that. Okay? So go through the things. Till then, bye-bye. Thank you so much. Take care.